Hello friends, in this video we will solve the example of inverse of the matrix using elementary column transformations, and for that we are considering an example from miscellaneous exercise second A to A, question number 17. The question number 17 is that find the inverse of the matrix, given matrix, by elementary column transformations. Now to find out the inverse, first step is to check determinant of the given matrix. The determinant of the given matrix is nothing but -6, which we are getting. You can check it over, which is not equals to 0. Therefore, inverse of the matrix exists. And now, since they have told you to find out it by column transformations, we will consider the identity as A inverse into A is equals to I. Here we are going to write A inverse first. Okay. Now, A inverse multiplied by the given matrix we are just writing it as it is here and is equals to identity matrix. Now, we will start with actually completing the first row. Now, to complete the first row, you can see 1 is already there, 0 is also there, but now we have to bring 0 over here. In which column we are going to convert that as 0 is that the third column. So we have to change third column, and which row we are completing is the first row, and that is why we will make use of the first column to change 1 into 0. So our transformation becomes C3, because we are changing C3 minus of this, that is the opposite value of this number, which is minus C1. We are completing first row, and that is why we are using C1 as the Cj. Okay. Now C3 minus C1. So we write the first column as it is, the second column as it is, only the third column C3 minus C1. So 1 minus 1 0. 3 minus 0 is 3, and 1 minus 1 is 0. The same thing, the first column as it is, second column as it is, and the third column is C3 minus C1. So 0 minus 1, 0 minus 0, and 1 minus 0. Now, the first row is complete. Now we go to the second row. To complete the second row, first we will bring the 1 here, and for that, since the first row is complete, ignore the first column to convert this number into 1. So we will not make use of this first column. So obviously, to get here 1, we will make use of the third column, only third column. And of course, dividing by 2 also, we can get the value 1. But when we divide by 2, no doubt here also we are getting 1 in this column. But when I divide by 2 in the second column on the right hand side, I will come across the fraction. And then we will have to deal with the fraction throughout our example to complete convert this matrix into identity matrix. So we will avoid that particular transformation. The other transformation is making use of C3. You can bring 1 over here, and that is why we just observe the numbers. Here when I get 4, 4 minus 3 becomes 1, and so I will prefer to multiply by 2 instead of dividing it by 2 to get 1. Okay. So here we multiply by 2 to the second column, and we get it like this, and the second column on the other side also we are going to change. Now to get 1 over here in this place, I have to change C2, and C2 I have to change using C3 and not C1. Why? Because we have completed first row, and so to complete the second row we will avoid using C1. Okay. So C2 I have to get 1 over here in this place, and for that C2 minus C1 C3 will give you 1, and so our transformation becomes C2 minus C3. So C2 minus C3, and hence we are getting the first row as it is, first column as it is, the second column as it is, and the third column we are, the second column we are changing it as C2 minus C3, and that is nothing but we are getting it this way. The third column we write it as it is in this, here also the first column and the third column we just write it in the same manner, only C2 minus C3, so 0 minus of minus plus 1 I have to write here, then 2 minus 0 is 2, and 0 minus 1 is minus 1. So I will get it as 1, 2, minus 1. Okay. Now here we have got 1. In second row 1 is already there. Now we will complete the second row. For that the 0 is also already there. Here we have to bring 0, that is that which column we are supposed to change is the third column. So we are changing the third column as, here which element we want to change it over to 0 is 3, the opposite of that is minus 3, so k becomes minus 3, and since we are completing which row, the second row, so we will make use of the second column as Cj. So C3 minus 3 times C2, and whatever the change is there in the third column we will write it. Here we are getting it in the third column in this way, and in the same manner the first two columns we have written as it is repeated, and the third column we are changing using the transformation. Now the next is that once again now we are going to complete the third row. Now to complete the third row, first we are going to convert this number into 1. So I am supposed to bring over 1 here, and for that first row is complete, the second row is complete. We have started with R3, and so we will ignore the first column, ignore the second column. So what is the column remaining is only C3, and so with the help of C3 we want to bring 1 over here, and the only way out is way out is there only to divide by minus 12. So now here we are going to divide by minus 12, so automatically 0, 0 and 1 it will become, but on this side the numbers which we are going to get are not the scalars, the integers, but they become fractions. So see that we are dividing by minus 12 to the third row, third column, and we are getting these numbers as in the next step. Okay, so all those are scalars. See that, and that is why this type of step conversion we will use the transformation only in the last column or last row. Okay, so here we have got the 1 over here, and now bring zeros over here. So with the help of which column we are going to make zeros over here is C3. So in both the cases we will make use of C3, and the first column, for that 1 here we have to change it to 0, opposite of that is minus 1, so we write here minus 1, and which column we are changing is C1. So C1 changes to C1. In the same manner, C2 we are going to change in the convert 4 into 0. So opposite of that is -4. So we have this transformation. C2 changes to C2 minus 4 times C3. Now, in the next case, we just perform whatever we have written here, the transformations. So, 1 minus 0, 0 minus 0, 1 minus 0 is 0. So, we do that, and C2 minus 4 times will give me 0 minus 4 times 0, 1 minus 4 times 0, 4 minus 4 times 1 is 0. And so, here we have changed the first column and the second column. In the same manner, here also we are going to change the same in the same way, that is C1 minus C3. So see that C1 minus C3, 1 minus 1 by 3 is 2 by 3. You can actually perform your calculations, do the rough work needed and write the numbers. Okay, so 1 minus 1 by 3, 0 minus half is minus half, 0 minus of minus 1 by 3 is plus 1 by 3. And the next is C2 minus 4 times C3. So C2 1 minus 4 times 1 by 3, that is 1 minus 4 by 3 will give me minus 1 by 3. Similarly, 2 minus 4 times 1 by 2 is nothing but 0, because 4 upon 2 gives you 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. In the same manner, minus 1 minus of minus 1 by 3, sorry, 4 times 1 minus 1 by 3. So minus minus become plus, so this becomes minus 1 plus 4 by 3, and we get the answer as 1 by 3. And so the whole matrix get converted into identity matrix. We write it as it is identity matrix. Any matrix multiplied by identity matrix, unit matrix, gives you the same thing, and hence A inverse you get it as a 2 by 3, minus 1 by 3, 1 by 3, minus 1 by 2, 0, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 3, minus 1 by 3. Here you can note that in adjoint method we have seen that the A inverse is 1 upon the determinant of the value A. See that here we have seen that the determinant of this value is minus 6. So we have to get something which are the fractions. So we have avoided in the first places the fractions, but ultimately when we want to convert this C3 to convert the the R3 into 0 0 1, to bring 1 over here, we could not actually avoid the fractions, and this is how we can complete to get the inverse of the matrix. Thank you.